Well, if perfection is the death of creativity, then I'm going to live forever and be the life of the party. Yeah, I can't do perfection. I'm not a perfectionist. A first take with the right feel is far more preferable to me than sort of a glassy sonic smoothness. People who can do it, that's great. That's them. They do they. But fluid music, just take a basic theme. It almost seems to be alive, like a living thing. A band in motion is a living organism. Even the same song in different hands becomes a whole other entity. So an entirely different personality. So it's the way Santana treats Black Magic Woman versus the original Peter Green's version. Similar, but each puts in their own personality. The mystery of Peter Green and the incredible sustain of Carlos Santana. That said, explains why it's important to leave spaces, like for the song to breathe. The human voice was the first musical instrument, and it has to breathe. And it gives the audience space to regroup and catch their mental breath, too. When you're singing, Bob Dylan could put 20 million words into a song, but then again, he's done things like Knocking on Heaven's Door, Lay Lady Lay, and all along the Watchtower, they have tons of space between lines, and that's pretty accessible. Helter Skelter, same two words 3 times with air between each set of those times. And it's perfectly catchy enough and gives you time to catch your breath and find your bearings. If your performance is honest and not coming off as contrived, an audience will sense that, ride the wave along with you. So that's the tip I've got, is to leave some space instead of cramming everything and filling every second. Leave a little bit of air to breathe. Well, this clip isn't particularly informative or instructional. It's just sort of observational. I noticed a long time ago, even in the 60s, that there are some songs with just one chord to them. I couldn't do it. I got to throw everything I know into the mix. But Creedence Clearwater did Commotion and Run Through the Jungle. Nice riffs, but one chord. Dance to the Music, Sly and the Family Stone. But look what they did with that thing. Texturally, instrumentation, vocally, they just made it into a dance groove. My least favorite Guess Who song, American Woman, one chord. Harry Nilsson did the brilliant, funny, hysterical vocal piece, Coconut. Put the lime in the coconut. Anyway, it's a blast to listen to, but just one chord. I think Jump Into the Fire isn't much different either, but the bass is awesome. Speaking of bass, The Beat Goes On, Sonny and Cher, one chord, but Carole Kane's bass makes it into a masterpiece. Chain of Fools, Aretha Franklin. I wouldn't have believed it. I just found this one recently. But the harmonies, the vocals, the phrasing just make it into another gem. Then there are 2-chord songs. Spill the Wine by Eric Burdon. Satisfaction, great riff. Whole Lot of Love, again, great riff. Paperback Writer, didn't even realize that until recently. Tomorrow Never Knows, yeah, that makes sense. I still haven't found what I'm looking for by U2. Born in the USA, Springsteen. Break On Through by The Doors, and You Can't Ever Tell by Chuck Berry. 2-chord songs. Can't believe it. 3-chord songs, that's more like it. I have pretty much every 12-bar blues. But All Along the Watchtower is like a masterpiece in that, because there's no verse, no chorus, no bridge. It's just 3 chords, one repeated, over and over and over. There's no changes. 3 chords in a row and then back to the second chord. Sweet Home Alabama, Ring of Fire, Rock Around the Clock, all 3-chord songs. Knocking on Heaven's Door, Twist and Shout, Free Falling, Walk of Life, Dire Straits, Wild Thing, Good Lovin', basically the same song, different lyrics. Brown Eyed Girl, Johnny Be Good, La Bamba, Sweet Child of Mine, and even Phil Collins' In the Air Tonight, 3-chord songs. So it shows you what you can do with textures and varied instrumentation and counterplay that just give a unique identity to even the most simplistic songs. So don't be like me. Use fewer chords, please.